Well, you've made it to the MrBPD Podcast. It took me a little while to get around to doing this one, but finally we're here. I'll admit I tried to do this podcast a few times, and when I started it, I realized I was just way too angry to do it, and a lot of the things that I was saying were just coming from a place of anger, and so I had to wait until I could do this podcast without the anger. Uh, Once again, yeah, once again, the I was going to say once again joining me is the redneck, but well, I mean he is joining me. He's got nothing to say right now, though. I don't think. So anger. What was I so angry about? Well, I'm angry about not being where I want to be. I think a lot of us can relate with that. Being angry about not. I don't even know if it's anger or frustration. They may be the same thing for all I know. It's just, I got a website going. I wanted to help people. I wanted to do this life coaching thing. I had merchandise, I had t-shirts. I've always got PayPal, where if people want to make donations, they can help support this channel through PayPal. All these ways I've been trying to make money off this channel. But nobody's helping me out with that. None of you are helping out. I mean, some of you've helped out in the past, but lately, over the last couple of months, just there's been no donations. Nobody's been wanting to buy the merchandise. I don't know if it's because of this whole COVID thing and everybody's out of work, or just everybody's poor in general. I mean, the whole BPD marketplace is really pretty much dry. You're not going to make money helping people with BPD. I definitely picked the wrong market to get into. Yet I find it frustrating that the more effort I put into things, the less I have to show for it. So I'm done. I quit. I officially quit. I'm done trying to make any money. Screw it, right? So you all missed out on your life coaching opportunity. So now I'll just have to give you all my life coaching advice and skills, I guess, for free, because you people only seem to want things that are free. I understand. I like free things too. I don't like to pay for anything. And a really frustrating thing is I got this job. I'm going to change my name to Mr. Donut Man, because I make donuts. And in 1 month of being Mr. Donut Man, I've made more than anything I made off this channel. So, making donuts supports me. None of you do. But that's fine. Whatever. I can deal with it. I don't want your guys' support anyway. I'm here to try to help out all of you, and to try to make this whole BPD thing easier to manage if you have it, easier to understand if you're a norm. And to hell with me. I'll just keep making the donuts. I'm just Mr. Donut Man. I know some of you out there are probably thinking that he sounds angry and hostile. No, there's no anger. There's no hostility. It's just the way it is. Just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. I could sit here and keep bitching about how none of you support me, none of you want to help me out financially. Even though, I honestly don't think that's true. I just think that none of you have money. I think I just am preaching to a very poor audience, and that's my fault. I should have picked a audience and a demographic that had money. So shame on me. Shame on you, Mr. BPD. Shame on you. But since I'm pretty sure that nobody wants to just listen to me ramble on about how poor I am and how much I just want you guys to give me your money, well, let's go ahead and look at some of the comments to my videos. And maybe that'll give me something to talk about, because I really have no idea what to talk about in this podcast, and this will get my mind off the fact that none of you like me. No, I'm sure you all like me. Last time I said I was just going to respond to comments for the podcast. I've decided, well, since I have nothing to talk about today, we are just going to read whatever comments just happen to pop up. I'm not going to give away the names of anybody, so you're not going to get any credit for your comments. You'll know if you happen to write the comment, and I'm sure anybody, if they want to find out names, can always go to the videos and look at the comment section to figure out who you are. But this is MrBPD's podcast, and so I'm not going to make anybody famous for any great things that they might comment on. I'm just going to use your comments. I'm not going to give you credit for your comments, because, well, that's how I am. So this first one that's popping up comes from an older video, identity sense of self. And then here we go with the comment. Of all the BPD traits, this is the one you haven't demonstrated to your audience to be as severe. I think our identities, our purpose, are often defined by career, relationships, hobbies, interests, connections to a home. You have missed out on so many of these things for various reasons, and it unjustly seems you scramble for survival and retriggering other BPD symptoms. Is it possible you actually do have an identity, but it has failed to financially support you? You are, Mr. BPD, absolutely worthy of YouTube star status, and your courageous and articulate videos offer enough value that they should create for you a viable career, a purpose, a decent standard of living, a community of people who care about you. You need to hijack the psychic channel subscribers. What it's like to live with borderline personality disorder has 609K views and is nowhere near as good. Confessed loved ones want what you're offering. They just haven't found you yet. All right. See, now that sounds like I totally... see, I have no idea. I don't look at my comments. Well, I mean, I used to look at my comment sections, but I haven't looked at my comment section in the last couple weeks because I've been planning to do this podcast. And the first comment that happens to pop up that I read happens to be talking about what I was just talking about at the beginning. I 100%, being honest with you, that was a coincidence. I didn't plan that shit. It's ridiculous because I'm trying to get away from thinking about this. And I mean, I agree with that 100% that YouTube, yeah, I mean, I should be making some kind of a money off of YouTube. Blah, blah, blah. Can't talk now, I'm getting frustrated. That I should be making some money off YouTube. And also, I do agree that, I mean, yeah, I mean, just with YouTube ads alone, if I had a bigger subscriber count, it would be fine. And the problem is that YouTube, like, hides my videos. They only want to promote certain people that have more of a, I don't know, YouTube has become very, very odd over the last couple of years, to put it mildly. And people with content like mine that is gritty and real and gets to the truth and actually offers answers, I mean, YouTube doesn't want to promote that. They just want to promote all these fluff channels. And so it's really hard to get my videos in front of an audience. I mean, that's why if anybody, you can always share these videos. That would help me out. And, hitting that like button, I think, helps. So I've heard. I mean, it says that in all the, how to have a successful YouTube channel reading material. But who really freaking knows? I mean, it's all up to Google's algorithm, and it gets technical. Yeah. So let's move on to the next comment. Thank you for that comment, person that I'm not going to mention, because I don't mention people. I don't like to put. I don't know. If I left, I don't know. I just don't want to make other people famous. And so our next comment here comes from the video "What to Expect When Leaving a Borderline." It's one of my most popular videos out there. If you haven't seen it, you should probably go check it out. And here we go. DBT. In case you don't know, DBT is dialectical behavioral treatment. So DBT, you can change. It's not a forever deal. It helps when your partner is aware of your weakness as well. My husband calls or texts me if he's going to be late as soon as he realizes it. He apologizes constantly when he realizes I took something the wrong way. Then explains what he meant, even if I don't believe times 100. Yeah, DBT, it's great, I guess. I mean, I did DBT for a little bit, very, very short time. I think I only made it to one DBT session. And they tried to tell me that I couldn't handle radical acceptance, which was accepting something even if you don't agree with it. And I told them all, I'm here in this DBT class and I don't think I should be here, but I'm radically accepting that I'm here. I can't do anything about it. But they wouldn't accept that as a good enough answer and still tried to tell me that I didn't get it. And so I just said, screw it. And I don't really like DBT myself. I think it can work. I mean, I've done pretty much the same thing just without the classes. I mean, the whole DBT thing is to try to retrain your brain to look at situations differently and to stop and think and all that crap. I call it crap, but it is crap. But that's what I've done. I've just done it my own way. My way is more just, I don't think I need to, I don't know. I've just done it my own way. I don't like their structured, trying to tell me how to think. I can figure out how to think on my own. Thank you very much. And as far as, having a partner thing, I solved that issue by not having a partner. I think I'm going to be celebrating my 7-year anniversary of being single is coming up. Might even be longer. I don't know. You stop counting after a while. Because I don't want to be in a relationship. The best way to not have a crappy relationship is not to be in a relationship. I don't see any relationships that work out, and I there's way too much drama in a relationship. So I mean, so yeah, I just stay out of them myself, and things seem to go just fine and dandy. All right, so moving on to the next comment here. Paranoid BPD magical thinking rant. I don't even remember this video, so that's lovely. So I realized that a BPD can't believe everything he's thinking, but there's nothing crazy about your logical thought processes here except that you are sharing a world with people who are mostly not as logical. I'm a real critical thinker. I once saw a poster that read, "Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you." I think you're spot on here. Well, that'd be great if I remembered this video. Unfortunately, I don't remember I remember magical thinking, but the paranoid part I don't remember. You know what I heard one time? Paranoia is 100%. Um, oh, what is it? I always forget it. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time, and I always forget it. Somebody out there has got to know what I'm talking about here. Oh, paranoia is 100% awareness. It's something like that. I might have said it wrong, but yeah, it pretty much means that, if you're paranoid, you're just actually, picking up on everything that nobody else does because they're too busy, looking at their cell phone screens or, daydreaming about, like, that going and, like, making love to a, like, patty melt or something. Yeah, a patty melt. Patty melts are good. I'd fuck a patty melt, but that's another video. Or this isn't a video. This is a podcast. Huh? Wow. All right. But yeah, no. I mean, paranoia is great. I mean, they usually are out to get you for one, and you got to be watching for them. Always be vigilant. Okay, moving right on along. This next comment is once again from What to Expect When Leaving a Borderline. See, I told you that's one of my more popular videos. In case you're wondering, so the way the comment section works for me is I go into the YouTube studio. When you put out videos, there's this YouTube studio you can access, and then it will put your comments in order of like most recent, and then tell you the videos that they're. So these are the most recent comments we're going through. And then it tells you what videos they're attached to. So far, none of them have been from the video that I had actually asked people to comment on. See, you people just don't do what I ask you to do, I think, is the problem. I ask you to send me money or buy merchandise, you stop sending money and stop buying merchandise. I ask you to comment, you guys stop commenting on videos. So I'm just not going to ask any of you to do shit, because it just seems like you people just don't like to do anything if you're asked to. But if I leave you the hell alone, then you guys seem to respond better. Anyway, so getting back to the comments here. This one comes from, once again, What to Expect When Leaving a Borderline, one of my more popular videos. So this video kind of scares me. I'm in a relationship with a borderline, trying to get some guidance on how to peacefully uncouple. I appreciate your honesty, but I'm scared. Well, I mean, I pretty much said it. Well, I guess no, in the video I said what to expect once you leave. Well, here's the thing. I don't think there is a peaceful way to uncouple from a borderline. Unless this person with BPD was extremely self-aware and really, really had a handle on their BPD issues, which I'm just guessing from, since you're worried about it. Like, I'm thinking that if somebody like had BPD and you didn't know they had BPD, that person you might be able to break up with peacefully because they've definitely got a good handle on it if you don't even notice it. That's somebody that's got it under control. But if you can tell, if you can notice it, then it's probably not going to be a peaceful breakup. I mean, for me, every time someone's broken up with me, it has always felt like complete rejection. I mean, and abandonment. I mean, what's more of a rejection and abandonment than when somebody you're dating, you're close to, you're intimate with, tells you that you are no longer needed in their life? I mean, yeah, they're always like, oh, we can be friends, but how do you go from, being super intimate, knowing everything about each other, whatever, to just being, casual friends or whatever. And then you gotta like watch them go out with other people and shit. And that's really bad, right? And, I don't believe you can be friends afterwards. I mean, once you've gotten, um, yeah, there's just a certain stage where there's just no going back, at least for me. So I always take it as complete, utter rejection and abandonment, and you don't care about me, and everything you ever said was a lie, and how could you care about me if you're going to want to break up with me? So I don't think there's an easy way to break up with somebody with BPD. I think delaying it, though, is not a good idea, because the longer you keep pretending, I mean, if you want to end it with them, I'm saying that a lot. I need to stop saying, you know what I mean, because you don't know what I mean, or I'm going to explain it to you. So stop it, Mr. BPD. Stop saying that little word. Shit. So, here we go. Don't delay it. If you already know that you want to end it with this individual, the best thing to do would be to end it and move on with your life. They're going to freak out and do what they're going to do. That's going to happen anyway. My best, just try to break up and be as safe as possible. Hopefully this person's not a lunatic that's going to come after you or stalk you or some crazy shit. And if they are, then break up in the safest possible way. Plan for the worst case scenario. If you think that they could be violent or they've been violent in the past, then be prepared for violence. And if there's some weird, creepy stalker person, be prepared for that. Be prepared for any kind of crazy shit. But get it over with as soon as possible, because the quicker you do it, the quicker you can get over whatever freak out they're going to do. I wouldn't even offer to be friends with them or anything. Just cut them out of your life, because, I mean, I did it again. Fuck. Stop saying I mean, or you know what I mean. I'm getting into an internal argument with myself. Hold on. You sound like a fucking idiot when you do it. Stop it. Stop it, you stupid, stupid fuck. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna move on. Just be safe. Always try to be safe when breaking up with a psychopath. And most people with BPD are psychopaths. Not truly. I use psychopath very loosely. Alright, here we go to our next comment. This comment comes from somebody that comments a lot. One of my favorite people that comment. Not going to say your name, though. Not going to make you famous. I don't do that. This comes from the video, What They Don't Tell You About BPD Treatment. I do remember making that video. It's not one of my more popular ones. This person always loves to use my real name. Says, so concerned about you, Jeremy. Always loves to use that real name. Can't call me Mr. BPD. Got to use the real name. It's alright, though. I mean, I hate the name Jeremy, personally. I would have rather been named Jeremiah. A good, strong, biblical name. Yet, no, I couldn't be named Jeremiah. I had to be named Jeremy. Horrible name. And here's the thing. The reason I don't like it I have never met a Jeremy that wasn't a fucking asshole, right? I have not. Every Jeremy I've ever met, and I've met a lot of them because it's a very popular name. In this small town I live in, there's probably 50 Jeremys in this small town. Insane. My mom one time tried to tell me that the name was not very popular, and that's why she named me Jeremy. Well, all these other mothers must have been having the same idea then, because there's sure a hell of a lot of them now. I've never met one that wasn't an asshole. I've never met one that I like, including myself. So, I mean, they're all assholes. It's a horrible name. I despise it. I can't stand it. And of course, that damn Jeremy Spoken song had to come out right when I was starting high school. Oh, Jeremy Spoken. I fucking hate that song. And, you know, fucking whoever, I can't remember. I know who made that song, but for some reason, I'm drawing a blank. Probably because I'm doing a podcast, and right now would be a good time to be able to remember that shitty band that did fuck Jeremy Spoken and fuck Jeremy's and fuck them. Anyway, back to the comment. You're extremely pale, your skin tone, and your eyes look as black as coal. Like your pupils are the size of frisbees. Hoping you're healthy. Get some sunshine when you can. Vitamin D from sunshine will help your immune system. Well, thank you. He had the devil's eyes, the darkest eyes. Alright, so a little bit of... I do remember this video, and I can tell just by the thumbnail that I was experimenting. You're going to think I was experimenting with like gay sex or something. That's not what I was going to say. No, I was experimenting with makeup at the time to try to make myself look better in videos, which took a little bit of time. I eventually perfected it. When you're going to film yourself, it's good to wear some makeup. And actually, you know, makeup's not that bad, really. I mean, I did it again. Stop doing the I mean thing. Stop it. I'm fucking serious. You do the I mean thing again, I'm going to come over there and I'm going to slap the fucking shit out of you. Stop it. I don't see a problem with makeup, especially when you start to get my age. It definitely makes you look better and younger. I don't think it should just be a women thing. I think guys should go ahead and wear makeup. If you want to look good, go for it. Now, I don't wear makeup out in public or anything, but for videos, definitely. I was an alcoholic for a long time, so I've got this jolly red nose. You can see it in some of my videos. Makeup takes care of that red alcoholic nose. Anyway, the reason I look so pale in this video, this comment, the BPD treatment video, is I overdid it with the makeup. It was one of the first attempts or second attempts or something like that. And you can really tell in that video. Yeah, that's what the paleness was. It was just bad makeup job. I rushed it or something. I don't know. I was pretending I was like a 13-year-old girl trying to impress like a boy. You know how 13-year-old girls just overdo it with the makeup, just way too much. They don't know subtlety or just how to blend it. That's what I was doing. My eyes have always been, my eyes always look like that. I freak people out because of how huge my eyes are anyway. And I could have possibly, been under the influence, but no, I think it was just makeup and I have naturally big eyes. There's a second part to this comment, so we'll get to that. This seems like the part that is interesting, maybe. Welcome to adulthood! Explanation point. People expect you to behave like an actual decent human being and not be praised for every little accomplishment like a toddler. And yes, it is expected that adults behave like sane adults. This is no uh, this is no party for not being a raging asshole. Oh, there is no party for not being a raging asshole. That is true. Well, don't welcome me to being an adult because I am not an adult. I have not made it to adulthood. I do not plan on making it to adulthood. I strive to be a toddler forever. Now I don't throw the temper tantrums anymore, and I've gotten used to the fact that nobody's gonna praise me for anything I do, let alone if it's little or big or whatever. Just nobody's gonna praise me. You know what people are gonna do? They're not gonna praise anything you do, but you screw something up, they're definitely gonna harp on that forever, and never let you forget it, and keep reminding you about it. I could find the cure for cancer. Nobody would say shit about that. But, let's say I lock my keys in my car, I'd never hear the end of it. And that's what I've learned. So that must be adulthood. And I think there should be a party for me not being a raging asshole. Not maybe for me, but for everybody else, just because if I'm a raging asshole, you're just not going to be having fun. So you should definitely party if I'm not. Finally, we're reaching one. This actually comes from the podcast video where I asked people to leave comments. So from the MrBPD Podcast #1, we finally get a comment, and it just says that I'm funny. You are so funny, with a lot of little happy smiley faces, so thank you. I'm glad that you find my pain to be funny. This channel, I'm pouring my heart out to all of you and telling you all about my inner demons and inner struggles, and I'm glad you all find it so amusing. I'm just the little donut man here to dance around to make you all happy. So yay! I'm just the MrBPD man here to make y'all happy. Do his little dance. Dance, monkey, dance, dance. And I do my little monkey dance with my little chime. Like, da, 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 da. Yep, just doing my little monkey dance. Wow, I went off there for a little bit. That's enough of the comments section for now. Yeah, be sure to leave comments. I'll probably read them on one of these podcasts. If you're wondering when I'll get back to making videos again, well, that's going to be when I finally get a camera. Camera issues are just making it impossible to make videos. When you don't have a camera, you can't make videos. And that's going to conclude the second MrBPD podcast. MrBPD, I didn't even get a chance to talk that whole time. You told me that when it was time for me to talk, you were gonna tell me, and you never told me to talk, so I didn't talk. Now you're saying it's over. That makes me mad. Sorry, Redneck, we just didn't have time to get to you this time around. But thanks for coming out and joining us. So like I was saying, that's the end of the second MrBPD podcast. It makes me so mad, MrBPD. You didn't make me sit here this whole time, and I was waiting to talk. I was going to talk about how people can help themselves with BPD by getting closer with their spirituality, and playing drums in the woods naked, or just walking around naked would help them out. Your BPD can be helped if you get naked, I'm sure. I don't think that's how it works. Anyway, we've cut off your microphone, Redneck, so you can keep talking all you want, but nobody's going to hear you. Sorry, where was I? Oh, yes. That concludes the second MrBPD podcast. Normally, I would ask you to do things here, but we all know you people are not good at doing anything, so we're just going to skip over that. Until next time, keep on keeping on.